Where you think it's going? Somebody talk to a brother. This is just a spontaneous live. Nothing specific. I just thought I would check on you guys. See what you're up to. Do me a favor and hit the like button on this stream. How are your life goals going? How's your marriage? One of the things I get to do is I get to do a lot of work with couples. I enjoy that. Connection's better now, huh? Glad to hear it. Good, 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 good. Talk to me, somebody. A lot of choppiness in the market. Bitcoin goes up, Bitcoin goes down, and then it goes up, and then it goes down. It goes up, and then it goes down. Seems like we've been trending upward since we hit the local bottom on June 18th. But I hate to say it, folks, but it looks to me like we're in a massive bear flag. Oh, video quality is lower. Interesting. That's not good. Video quality should be higher. Don't know what's happening there. Best I can do for now. I've been watching on YouTube this guy. Looks like he's about 23, 24. Can't be older than 25 years old. This brother went out into the wilderness of Sweden, like out into the jungle or the forest, and started chopping down trees with a hatchet and building log cabins by himself. And he'll be out there. He'll live out there for like a year at a time and build these log cabins with nothing but a hatchet. And it's absolutely incredible to me to see this kid with nothing but a hatchet chopping down these huge trees and building log cabins all by himself. And he starts out his video by saying, anything is possible with time. Anything is possible with time. I've been thinking a lot about this law of accumulation. Little bit at a time. They say, how do you eat it? How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. I walk around my property and I think to myself, there's so much I could do with just me and a shovel. Just me and a shovel. One scoop of dirt at a time. So I've been walking around my property every day and just spending time envisioning, what's the future going to look like? What am I going to build? And then I envision, and then I think to myself, who can I talk to that can enrich my vision? So I got a couple hey, Kevin, I will certainly pray for you, brother. You're going to have a biopsy done today. Okay, I'm going to get back to my talk in just a second. Father, I just pray for Kevin right now in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ. He's going in for his biopsy today. Father, I pray that your presence would surround him, that the love of Jesus Christ would just hold him close. And as he goes in for that biopsy today, let him just sense your presence going with him. And I pray that you would heal his body, Father, from the top of his head to the sole of his feet. Make him well, completely well. Be with the doctors, be in the diagnosis, strengthen and encourage him in every way. In Jesus' mighty name I pray. Amen. All right. So back to my talk. So I walk around my property and I envision, and then I get on the phone and I call or FaceTime those selected individuals in my life who always enrich my vision. People who can hear the seed of my vision and then throw ideas at me that take it to another level. And what tends to happen is I'll take my vision by myself as far as I can in my own mind. Then I'll open it up to somebody else. They'll take it to another level by throwing ideas at me. Then I'll take those ideas and take it to another level. And so, I called my friend Sean yesterday. And I'm like, hey, bro, I want to build a retaining wall. And I want to scale this particular area of my property and make it flat. I want to put a lawn there because I've got 3 acres of land, but I don't have any flat space. It's all on a hillside, so there's no lawn. Then I want to dig out this part of the hillside over here in front of my warehouse, and I want to pave it with asphalt, put basketball court there, and put a few planters there. I've got all these ideas, and I'm like, but what do I do with the dirt? He's like, no. What you need to do is build the retaining wall about 10, 15 feet out further from where you thought you were going to build it, and then fill in that area in front of the retaining wall with dirt. And that extends the flat space of your property. And I was like, that's awesome. Thank you for that. So he throws that idea at me. And it just caused me to revision this whole thing in my mind and in my heart. It got bigger, grander, better than it was before. For me, I'm animated by this vision of the future. I always have to have a vision of what's next, even if I can't afford it right now, even if I can't execute it right now. I've got to have a vision of what's next. There's something about the human person where we were not designed to function without hope. You've got to have a vision of what's next in your life, and then you got to have people who can enrich that vision, who can make that vision better, who can help take it to the next level. Some of you know I'm also a recording artist and I do music. And the most amazing thing that I discovered or happened upon were relationships with 2 individuals. One of them is, hold on a second. Sorry about that. My cameras only work on battery. The charging port doesn't work on my camera. So I've got to either get that fixed or something. So for years I tried to make music by myself, and I never was able to get my songs to where I wanted them to be as a producer. Somebody introduced me to a tremendous local producer in town. So what I did was I took one of the songs that I'd written and I just put a guitar loop behind it. So I also play keyboard and other things, but I thought, let's see what he can do. So I put a guitar loop behind it. I sang the song. Then I added some harmonies. Then I sent it to him. And he orchestrated the whole song. The song is called Longing Tonight. You can find it on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, wherever you get your music. But he put instrumentation behind the whole song. I mean, he just reimagined, revisioned the song, and he heard chord progressions that I didn't hear. He heard instruments that I didn't hear. And I thought, this is amazing. So when I heard what he did, there were certain synth sounds that he did that caused me to hear different vocal sounds. So I immediately started stacking more vocals and kind of playing off what he did, and it took it to a whole nother level. And then somebody introduced me to this engineer, and I sent him the song to mix and master. And he heard it completely differently. He took the keyboards and decreased their volume and then brought out the strings. And I thought, that's when he sent it back to me, I'm like, that's even better than I thought. You need people in your life who can improve upon your vision, who can give you different ideas, things that you never thought of, that can take your life to the next level. And that's called accumulation. That's called accumulation. That every day I'm taking my dream, my vision, as far as I can take it. But when I hit a wall, that's where I invite input from somebody else that I can trust. And then they add their input to it. And what their input does is it removes a barrier in my mind, a barrier in my heart, and it releases me to run to the next level of my vision. And then when I hit that wall, I need somebody else. You know, the danger of being in the crypto space is that the totality of your vision gets wrapped up in a chart. The totality of your vision can get wrapped up in needing a particular asset to go to a particular place. And we forget that the profits that we're going to make from the crypto market are like bricks. But what are you going to build with those bricks? They're building blocks. But what are you going to build with those building blocks? Like, why do you want the profits that come from the crypto market? What are you going to do with those profits? I mean, what happens when XRP goes to $500 or $1,000 a token? Let's say XRP hit $1,000 a token, and now you're a multimillionaire. What are you going to do with those multi-millions? Because we tend to get wrapped up in money, in profits, and the only thing that we can think about in terms of what we're going to do with those profits is the immediate stuff, like, I'm going to buy a new home, I'm going to buy a new car, I'm going to buy some new clothes. And yeah, of course, okay, great. You suddenly become a multimillionaire because you've been accumulating crypto during the crash. You're going to use this bear market to accumulate. Every month, maybe you're accumulating more XRP, you're accumulating more XLM, you're accumulating more Theta token, you're accumulating more T-Fuel. You're accumulating all of these things, and then they explode. And now we've got a $15 T-Fuel. And maybe you've got 1 million of them because you've accumulated. So what are you going to do? Have you accumulated vision for your future? Have you accumulated a sense of mission and clarity around that mission? I was talking to one of the young men in our church, and I was saying, what's your dream? And he said, I've been asking God to make me a multimillionaire. I said, all right, if God gave you $100 million right now, what would you do with it? He says, I don't know. I said, well, then why are you asking God to make you a multimillionaire? Maybe when you answer that question, we can focus all of our time on accumulating money and not accumulating vision. Do you know what provision is? The prefix pro means for. It's for vision. It's the resources that you need for vision. But the greatest fallacy is the only... see, I just lost my camera. Eesh. That was quick. Okay, hold on a sec. This is the pits. I'm going to have to do that every 10 minutes. I better wrap this up. Yeah. But as I was saying, the great fallacy is accumulating crypto, but not accumulating vision or any sense of mission for what your life will contribute to the world. And so, yeah, I got a new podcast coming out in September. I've been recording all these interviews. I've been hard at work, guys. Hard at work creating content. My YouTube videos, whenever my YouTube videos suffer, and you guys know I haven't posted a YouTube video. Well, I posted one video last week. It's typically because I'm wrapped up in some other project, and I've been recording all of these interviews for my podcast. But my podcast is not just about crypto. I mean, I got some crypto guys that I'm interviewing that are just phenomenal. One guy, I can't wait for you to meet him. He's absolutely amazing. What he's doing is revolutionary. But really, what the podcast is about are people who have accomplished things that transcend what the average person believes they're capable of accomplishing. It just feels out of our reach. And the question is, how did you do that? Hey, guys, I don't even have another battery. This is the pits. Hold on. This is even pissing off my dog. Yeah, I'm not looking at charts right now, RP. Thanks so much, Eddie. I agree with you, Kevin. That's what needs to happen. I hear you, Theodore. My camera's going to die again in a minute anyway, so I better end this. I just wanted to check in on y'all, that's all. I wanted to check in on you, see how you're doing. But my primary encouragement to you is don't just accumulate crypto. Accumulate vision. Grow in your sense of mission. There's a purpose over your life. Get a hold of that purpose. And above all else, make it your aim to sleep in peace, wake in joy, and walk in love. This is Cryptogenic.